Number 8. The block universe. You feel time moving. Right now, in this moment, you are reading these words, and the previous second is gone, and the next one has not arrived yet. This feels undeniable. It feels like the most basic fact of existence. The present moment is real. The past is gone. The future has not happened yet. Einstein's equations of special relativity do not agree. When you solve the mathematics of spacetime, what you get is not a universe where time flows. What you get is a four-dimensional block, a static, frozen structure where every moment that has ever existed and every moment that will ever exist are all equally real, equally present, and equally permanent. Physicists call this the block universe, or eternalism. Your birth is not in the past. Your death is not in the future. They are coordinates, fixed points in a geometric structure that does not move, does not change, and does not care that you think it does. The math that proves this is not exotic. It is the Lorentz transformation, the same equations that predict GPS, satellite timing. When two observers move at different velocities, they disagree on what is happening right now simultaneously, not because of perception errors, because there is no universal now. The math forces this conclusion. If there is no shared present moment, there is no flowing river of time. There is only the block, still, eternal, complete. Physicists tried to escape this by arguing that the block universe is just a model, not reality. But the model keeps winning every experimental test we throw at it. The math does not allow a special flowing present. It never did. You are not moving through time. You are a fixed shape inside a frozen geometry. The sensation of moving forward is not in the equations anywhere. It is something else entirely, and the math has no explanation for where it comes from. Number 7. The Wheeler-DeWitt equation. If you wanted to write an equation that describes the entire universe, you would expect time to be in it. Time is in every other equation in physics. Newton's laws, Maxwell's equations, Schrödinger's equation. Every single one contains a t, a variable for time. Time is physics' most reliable ingredient. So in 1967, when physicists John Wheeler and Bryce DeWitt sat down to write the master equation of quantum gravity, the equation that would unite quantum mechanics with general relativity and describe the universe as a whole, everyone expected time to be in it. It was not. The Wheeler-DeWitt equation describes the quantum state of the entire universe. It is the closest thing we have to an equation of everything. And when you write it out, when you do the mathematics correctly, time simply does not appear. The equation is static. It has no time variable. It describes a universe that is, in its totality, completely timeless. Physicists were deeply uncomfortable. They tried adding time back in. They tried reframing the variables. They argued about operator ordering for decades. The equation kept giving the same answer. At the fundamental level, the universe has no time. What we experience as time, according to this equation, is an emergent illusion. It is like temperature. Temperature feels real, but zoom in far enough and there is no temperature, only individual particles moving. Zoom out far enough in the universe and there is no time, only the Wheeler-DeWitt equation sitting perfectly still. The universe's most complete mathematical description does not have a clock in it. That should terrify you. Number 6. CPT symmetry and time reversal. Physics has a deep and unsettling secret. Almost every fundamental equation works equally well if you run time backwards. Take the equations governing particle collisions, gravity, electromagnetism, quantum mechanics. Reverse the direction of time in the math. The equations do not break. They produce perfectly valid physics. A universe running in reverse is mathematically identical to a universe running forward. This is called T-symmetry, and it is embedded in the deeper framework of CPT symmetry, one of the most rigorously tested principles in all of physics. What this means is staggering. The math does not have a preferred direction for time. Forward and backward are the same. The equations have no arrow. They do not know which way time is supposed to go. If you filmed a collision between two fundamental particles and played it in reverse, no equation in physics could tell you which version was the real one. Both are valid. Both are allowed. Then why does time feel like it only goes one way? Physicists point to entropy, the second law of thermodynamics. Things get more disordered over time. Eggs break. They do not unbreak. But entropy is a statistical tendency of large collections of particles. It is not a fundamental law. It is not in the core equations. It is a crowd behavior, not a rule. The equations at the bottom of reality are perfectly reversible. The arrow of time you experience every second of your life has no mathematical foundation whatsoever. It is a statistical accident of scale. The universe's rulebook does not say time goes forward. We just happen to be made of enough particles that it looks that way from where we are standing. Number 5. Gödel's rotating universe. In 1949, Kurt Gödel the greatest logician of the 20th century, a man whose entire career was built on finding the cracks in systems of formal reasoning, sat down and solved Einstein's field equations, not approximately, exactly. What he found did not just challenge our understanding of time, it mathematically proved that time travel is consistent with the laws of physics. He discovered a valid solution to general relativity in which the universe rotates. In this rotating universe, space-time curves back on itself. If you travel far enough in one direction, you do not just end up somewhere else in space. You end up in your own past. These paths are called closed time-like curves. They are not science fiction. They are exact solutions to Einstein's equations. The math allows them. Einstein was disturbed. He and Einstein were colleagues at Princeton. Einstein reportedly said the result bothered him deeply, but he could not find a mathematical error because there was none. Physicists responded by arguing that our universe does not rotate, so his solution does not apply to us. But that is not a mathematical argument. That is wishful thinking. The point is not whether our specific universe rotates. The point is that the equations of general relativity have no built-in protection against time travel. They do not forbid it. They accommodate it comfortably. If the fundamental equations of spacetime allow you to loop back and exist before you were born, then time as a linear one-directional structure is not a law. It is a local condition. It is an accident of the specific geometry we happen to live in. The math does not guarantee your future is safe from your past. Number 4. The Rietveld-Putnam argument. Most people have heard of relativity. Fewer people have followed the mathematics all the way to its logical conclusion. In 1966, physicist C.W. Rietveld did exactly that. Hilary Putnam, one of the most respected philosophers of science in the 20th century, repeated and formalized the argument in 1967. What they proved, using nothing more than the standard mathematics of special relativity, was that free will is mathematically impossible. Here is the logic, exactly as the equations demand. Two observers moving relative to each other have different slices of what is simultaneous. What is happening right now for you is not the same set of events as what is happening right now for someone moving past you on a spaceship. This is not a perception problem. The math is unambiguous. Now place that spaceship observer far enough away, moving fast enough. Their slice of now can include events that are, from your perspective, in your future. Events that have not happened yet for you are already present for them, already fixed, already determined. If an event is present for any valid observer, it is real. It exists. It is not potential. It is actual. This means your future is already real for someone else right now. It is already there, already determined. The mathematics of special relativity do not give your future the luxury of being undecided. It is fixed. It exists. You just have not reached that coordinate yet. Free will requires an open future. The Lorentz transformation says there is no open future. Every choice you think you are about to make is already a done thing in someone else's present tense. The math did not ask your permission. Number 3, the Schrödinger equation and unitary evolution. Here is something almost no one tells you about quantum mechanics. The Schrödinger equation, the master equation governing how quantum systems evolve, is perfectly reversible. It is deterministic. It is smooth. Given the quantum state of a system at any moment, you can run the equation forward or backward with equal precision and equal validity. There is no collapse in the Schrödinger equation. There is no random jump. There is no irreversible measurement. Those things appear when we interact with quantum systems experimentally, but they do not appear in the equation itself. The equation just evolves, smoothly, reversibly, in both directions of time simultaneously. This is called unitary evolution, and it is one of the most precisely tested facts in all of science. The problem is that unitary evolution is incompatible with the time you experience. Your time is irreversible. You remember the past and not the future. Events happen and cannot unhappen. Eggs break. People die. But the Schrödinger equation governing every particle in those eggs and in those people is perfectly reversible. It has no memory. It has no preferred direction. It does not record the past any differently than it anticipates the future. Physicists have spent a century trying to reconcile the reversible quantum equation with the irreversible time of human experience. They have not succeeded. The equation does not produce an arrow of time. It does not produce the feeling of now. It produces a perfectly symmetric mathematical structure that in no way resembles the relentless forward march you are experiencing in this very moment. Your experience of time has no home in the deepest equation we have for reality. It is a stranger in its own universe. Number 2. Entropy and the past hypothesis. You know time has a direction because of entropy. Things fall apart. Disorder increases. You remember yesterday and not tomorrow. This feels like proof that time is real and moving. The second law of thermodynamics seems to guarantee it. But follow the mathematics all the way to the bottom and the ground disappears beneath you. The second law is statistical, not absolute. It says that systems tend toward higher entropy because there are vastly more disordered states than ordered ones. A scrambled egg has more possible configurations than an intact one. So statistically, things move toward disorder. This is the mathematical arrow of time. It is the only one physics has. But here is what the math also says. For the second law to give time a direction, you need to start from a low entropy state. The arrow only points from order toward disorder, which means for there to be a consistent arrow of time across the entire universe, the universe must have started in an extraordinarily, almost impossibly low entropy state. Physicist David Albert calls this the past hypothesis. It is not derived from any equation. It is an assumption, a brute fact that has to be inserted into the mathematics by hand. The equations of physics do not explain why the universe started ordered. They simply require that it did, or else the arrow of time breaks down entirely. And here is the horror buried inside that. If the only thing giving time its direction is the fact that the universe started in a low entropy state, and if that fact has no mathematical explanation, then the arrow of time is not a law. It is a cosmic initial condition that could have been otherwise. Time's direction is not guaranteed by the equations. It is an accident of the starting configuration. In a universe that started differently, time might point the other way, or nowhere at all. Number 1. The experience of now. This is the one that should keep you awake. Everything we have discussed so far operates at the level of equations and cosmos, but this one is personal. This one is about the moment you are in right now, the present, the feeling of now, the vivid, undeniable, immediate sensation that this moment is happening and that you are inside it. The math says that feeling has no explanation. It is called the problem of the present in physics and philosophy of time, and it is not a minor gap. It is a chasm. Every equation in physics, from Newton to Einstein to Schrödinger, treats all moments equally. Past, present, and future are just coordinates. No moment is mathematically special. No moment is lit up. No moment is now in any privileged sense. The variable t rolls through its values, and they are all equivalent. But you do not experience all moments equally. You experience exactly one as now, vividly, immediately, inescapably, and then another, and then another. Always this one, always moving, always the present. Where is that in the equations? It is nowhere. Physicist Lee Smolin called this the most glaring omission in all of theoretical physics. The one thing every human being is most certain of, the reality of the present moment, is the one thing our best mathematical descriptions of the universe entirely fail to capture or explain. Some physicists argue this proves consciousness is something outside physics. Some argue it means our equations are fundamentally incomplete. Some argue that the experience of now is itself the illusion, a story the brain tells about a static block universe to make navigation possible. But none of them have an equation for it, not one. You are sitting inside the most undeniable fact of your existence, and mathematics cannot find you. It cannot point to you. It cannot explain why now feels like now and not then. You are the one thing in the universe that every equation agrees to ignore. These concepts, from the block universe to the problem of the present, are not thought experiments. They are the mathematics, and the mathematics has been consistent across 2 centuries of the most rigorous testing in human history. They do not show cracks in our understanding of time. They show that time as you experience it, directional, real, flowing, present, has no foundation in the equations at all. What you call time might be the universe's most elaborate and personal illusion, designed for you, invisible to the math. If you want to see more videos like this, click the video on the screen now.